Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Camerascore, where we discuss all things media. And today we have another show by Marvel on Disney Plus. Even though, we don't really support Disney Plus, and we might have sailed the seven seas to get here. Shh, you don't know what I mean. But that's besides the point. The latest show I'm talking about is called Wonder Man. Right on time for Black History Month, a black protagonist, numerous black characters. How does it live up to the hype? And it is a great thing to watch for Black History Month. Absolutely yes. Let's first start with the positives.
Acting is the sum of everything you've experienced. The joy, sadness, loss, heartbreak.
Now, Wonder Man on the surface, another unknown character. We're not very familiar with his powers. We don't know what he really does in the grand scheme of things. I had to do a lot of research to even figure out what he originally looked like. But, oh my goodness. A lot of the acting in a lot of films and shows is good, but the acting in this is great. Spectacular, even. Heartfelt moments in a Marvel project. I can see the parallels to WandaVision where it delays the gratification of these arcs finalizing themselves and seeing powers and cool, crazy moments in favor of superb acting, characters that you genuinely care about, tension, anxiety, all of these things compounding into one amazing, amazing show. I cannot recommend this show enough. So, beyond the superb acting, the writing, you really feel for the characters throughout this story. It just makes you teleport into their shoes, feel the anxiety, the tension, wanting to be an actor, trying for over a decade, having immigrant parents with super lofty expectations of you, and yet still not being able to give up on your dream, not wanting to, because you want to be an actor. But again, a decade is a long time. So your own family laughs at you, your brother laughs at you, keeps offering you a job that you don't want. And you have to struggle through these things while still pursuing your goals. Now that's acting specifically, but you can apply this to a multitude of things. This is just how life goes for a lot of aspects. When you really want something so badly, no one else sees it, but you have to keep going. Just amazing, amazing from both the main black protagonist and the return of the Mandarin. I thought he was a throwaway side character in Iron Man 3 because he was cool. He was technically, quote unquote, the main villain, just the figurehead, but they never really addressed him afterward. So to see what he's up to and then to see his motivations, his struggles, and the pressure that he's receiving from the government now, there is a lot of twists and turns in this. Almost none of them related to some superhero Marvel cinematic universe thing, and more so just personal character moments and just motivations that leave you feeling like I can completely understand why he did this, why he crashed out in this way, why he felt this way, why he's pursuing this so hard. There were episodes where I was like, I don't know if I can watch this, not because it wasn't spectacular, just because I genuinely didn't want anything bad to happen to the main characters. I know he's the Mandarin, and I know he's a superhero acting in an industry where he's not supposed to be acting, but at the same time, I was rooting for them all the way. The visuals. A lot of films have great visuals, but this one truly brings you to a more rooted and grounded Marvel Cinematic Universe look. It's not the high flying action of the Avengers, but it's solid directing that actually capitalizes on the lack of action to then make the few action there is look spectacular. I really loved every moment of this because each episode is short and concise. 30 minutes, which made me mad at first, but then I realized there was a reason for this. They give you exactly what you need to understand the story, the characters, the motivations, and furthermore, just get invested in this world. We always see New York City. What is the other side of the country like? Los Angeles. We have actors, but we also have superheroes. What goes on in those environments? Who's there and who do they interact with? I also love the random cameos from these celebrities that they decided to throw in this to add some validity to it, to make it seem more real, like they're living and breathing in the world of LA. As someone who's out here, I can see how that grind and struggle can contribute to how you feel about your life and the way you go about your day-to-day life. It's just all just woven perfectly into this story with amazing characters that I absolutely love. It's kind of hard to even find some negatives.
I was born to play this character. If I get this close and I miss,
It's not too late to turn this around.
Now, what would I say is wrong with this? I genuinely couldn't really think of anything. I loved almost every moment of it. And when I say almost, I'm saying I didn't love the moments where I was so anxious about something to happen to him that I was just like, I can't look. It was almost worse than a horror film in that horror films I can see the jump scare. For this, you see the mounting tension, his anger rising, which only brings his powers that he's supposed to hide further up into the world, almost exploding at times. And it just makes you sit on the edge of your seat like, please don't blow this up. Please don't ruin this opportunity. I also love the character motivations. You get to learn about his anxiety, his feelings of self-hate and self-doubt, his loneliness that he deals with through his relationships with his family and his partner. It's just a great microcosm for large scale ideas told through the life of a superhero who just wants to be an actor. Honestly, just spectacular work, surprising even so with all the other things that Marvel has dropped in recent years. I just don't know how they can have great standout projects like this and then do what they did to Ironheart. But I did promise some negatives. The only negative I could say is it's too short. We need more. 30-minute episodes is not enough. I will say if they don't give us a season two, I wouldn't be mad. But I would be interested to see these characters in maybe a big time MCU film. Maybe not Doomsday, considering how crazy his powers are. I don't know how they would find a way to nerf him, similar to with Captain Marvel, how her powers are just so overpowered that it's like, how does she even exist in this greater scale universe? But it would be nice to see them again. But I'm just here for the camera score. And for this, you already know the rating. It's a 10 out of 10. A perfect story with characters you care about, not focusing too much on the big spectacle of things. Just pure, concise writing, great acting, and moments that genuinely make you care. You're supposed to feel something when you watch films, or television in this case, and this makes you feel something. 10 out of 10, absolutely, no question. Everyone should go watch this right now. And I love that it happened right on the cusp of Black History Month because there's so many great black characters throughout this. But hey, you let me know your terrible opinion if you say this is bad, or your great opinion if you say this is good in the comments. Like and subscribe. See what I'm posting next.